Look at this. This is her body language. I mean, really? Look at this. Oh, let me just twist my hair. And look at him. He's like, oh, isn't she cute? I mean, she does look like the Little Mermaid. Literally. I mean, we are literally looking at the Little Mermaid over here. I mean, this is absolutely... Wait a minute. She is literally the Little Mermaid. Hold on. I've got millions and millions of dollars from getting naked on TikTok. That's all. You want corn movies? I've got thousands. But who cares? Look at me. I'm a Tradcon girl. I want to be on the Daily Wire, replacing Candace Owens. That's why I'm here. I'm wearing her clothes and I'm actually sitting in her seat. No more cam girl or deviant world. No red lights. Oh, Mom, you were right. Now you can see I finally can be a Tradcon girl. Hello, America, FBI and CIA agents and fellow cult members. Welcome to Culture Club USA. I'm Debrava. Today's riddle is, the era of the soft male brings great haste of wicked tidings, or a brave new world of indecision, fleeting joy, or silver linings. If soft males breed hard times, whispers of the weak will hold the decline. As weak men adorn crowns of roses, they'll say it's just a sign of the times. Okay, on today's episode of Soft Males on Trial, we are reacting to Michael Knowles from the Daily Wire in an exclusive interview with former redhead harlot turned Tradcon wife, Nala. But, ladies and gentlemen, before we start today, I'd like to make a disclaimer. If Nala has truly found God and is moving forward with her life in the Christian faith, then I'm happy for her. But this video is not about that. This video is about a person who blames others for the choices that she made, and an interviewer who facilitates her delusion. All right, let's dive in.
You were making 85 grand a month without, it was just naked pictures, basically?
That's it. That's literally it.
Okay, first of all, 85 grand a month making naked pictures. First of all, let me just bring you into this, okay? This little redhead beauty, okay, Little Mermaid over here, that's Nala, and she has made millions of dollars on OnlyFans doing you know what. And this is Michael Knowles from the Daily Wire, self-proclaimed Tradcon. Okay, I digress.
You were making 85 grand a month without, it was just naked pictures, basically?
That's it. That's literally it.
So, wow.
And sexualizing talk with them, but that's about it. Like, from the comfort of my own home. So.
But that's never, so I don't know, knowing a little bit about human nature, I know that would never be enough for anybody, because that's not how lust and desire work.
Yeah.
But one could imagine, you say, okay, I'm now going to make $1 million a year, and I've compromised my dignity, and I've given myself some reputational damage, but it's only nude pictures. These days, every woman sends naked pictures.
That was
from the time she's 18.
Definitely my logic at the time.
And so, why wouldn't you then say, $1 million's enough, no more? I'm only gonna keep doing this. I'm not gonna go further and.
First of all, I gotta call him out right here, okay? $1 million's enough. Okay, fine. Do you hear him making excuses for her? He actually said, you know, everybody makes naked, nude content these days or whatever. I have to bring that back. No, everybody does not get online and start an OnlyFans account and get nude, okay? No, every girl does not send naked pictures around. I mean, hello, he's supposed to be a Tradcon? He's definitely on trial right now.
And so, why wouldn't you then say, $1 million's enough, no more? I'm only gonna keep doing this. I'm not.
No, I gotta bring this back. I want you guys to hear this again, okay?
Sends naked pictures.
You see what I'm saying? And she's like, Yeah. I mean, look
Only
at
nude
this.
pictures. These days, every woman sends naked pictures.
That was
from the time she's
definitely
18.
my logic at the time.
That was definitely my logic at the time. Thank you, Michael. Oh my God. I never thought I would be sitting on the Daily Wire and you would be making excuses for me. That was definitely my logic at the time. And, yeah. First of all, she's supposed to be, reformed or whatever. Can you explain to me why she's still got this like cosplay hair? What are we looking at here? Have you ever seen a traditional Tradcon or whatever you want to call yourself, a conservative looking like this? Like, what is this? I don't know. Maybe she started a new account. We'll find out, won't we?
And so why wouldn't you then say, $1 million's enough, no more? I'm only gonna keep doing this. I'm not gonna go further and make, full videos.
What's crazy is there was like a time in that period before I started that my parents.
Okay. Did you see that before she started corn? Okay. So we've gone from naked pictures to full on corn now. Because obviously nobody's making millions of dollars on any platform only taking their clothes off. Okay. I mean, really? Give me a break. And look, this is just, look at her. You ever seen a corn star in a Brooks Brothers shirt? It's so funny how these girls just go to the complete opposite. 1 minute I'm naked, showing up to the whatever podcast, because this girl's been on all these platforms, by the way, looking crazy. And now I'm a total Tradcon. And yes, Michael, oh, absolutely. That is how it started. All right. I digress.
That my parents had found out. And
how did they find out?
So it was a crazy circumstance. I was out to dinner with my parents, just me and them, and a waiter came up to our table and was like, "Are you Nala?" And I was like, "No, absolutely not." And all my mom had to do was Google the name Nala. There's no other Nala out there, nothing. And it showed everything, like my Twitter.
So Nala is your stage.
I'm sorry. You cannot make this stuff up. So she's out to dinner. She's like, "Oh, Michael, well, I was out with my parents. I took them out for dinner, for like a $300,000 dinner, just some simple dinner, at Cracker Barrel." And the waiter came up to me and was like, "Are you Nala?" And I was like, my mother was like, I'm like, "No, are you the owner? Do you own the chain?" "I might be." "No, I'm not Nala." Okay, that's what she really did. Can you imagine? You're out to dinner. Yeah, well, look at you. You look like some cosplay character, like the Little Mermaid or something. And somebody's, you're out like that, looking like that at the Cracker Barrel or wherever you were at with your family, and somebody walks up to you and says, "Are you Nala?" And your mother Googled it. I'm going to go with no. Good story, though. Nice try, but I don't believe it.
So Nala is your stage name. You said you were going to move to California.
I was in Florida at the time.
But why did you want to just
because my business had started growing.
Got it.
And I didn't want to be near my family while I was doing this. I wanted to keep it all separate. And I felt like a big fish in a little pond. In Florida, I did, and I wanted to be a little fish in a big pond.
Yeah.
So it's just a network and see where it went. But again, I told you, I'm a leader. Whatever I try to put my time and energy into, I do it 100%, and I will go hard. So
Oh, she will go hard. I will go hard, Michael. Real hard. You know what I mean? Like, whatever I do it at 100%. And including the whole Tradcon thing. I mean, literally, look at what I'm wearing. I mean, I went and broke into Candace Owens' dressing room to put this outfit on so that I could be proper on the Daily Wire. Because I'm not going to sit in your seat looking like an ex-corn star. And by the way, Michael, let's just talk about this for a second. I moved away so that my parents wouldn't be so close to me while I'm on the internet doing corn. What in God's name does that have to do with anything? It's the internet. Anyone in the world can see you. And you have a TikTok and Instagram of this and of that. And so you thought moving out of town was going to save you from being found by your family? I mean, this is hysterical. This is like the girl that was on Fresh and Fit claiming to be a virgin. I mean, like your family hasn't seen you on all of these platforms. You have all these brothers and everything. Like, is this some kind of joke? These girls actually think people believe this? She better have found God. That's all I got to say. All right. Because
hard. So what happened was like my parents kind of disowned me, and like I stopped talking to all my siblings, and it broke me.
Not to bring up a bad memory, but
okay.
you sort of seem to gloss over that a bit. You say, and so my parents disowned me, and this, but that sounds like catastrophic. I mean, so
it was. We had this like final talk the day before I left for California, and we were just.
Michael, is he out of his mind? Is he out of his mind? He is sitting here like, that sounds like catastrophic. That's catastrophic. Oh, yeah, no, Michael, like if your daughter came home and said, hey, Dad, I'm an OnlyFans corn star, you wouldn't consider that to be catastrophic? Like, what do you mean? He's saying that her parents were acting irrational or something? Like you're literally like feeling sorry for this girl? She is a corn star on OnlyFans. You are literally beyond a prostitute, okay? And you're like making some kind of excuse. Like, what is he, Captain Save-A-Ho here? Oh, yo, your family, that's catastrophic. Oh, Nala, that's catastrophic. I mean, this man is out of his mind. Soft males, simping time. Michael Knowles is a soft male. Michael Knowles is simping, yeah. I mean,
it was. We had this like final talk the day before I left for California, and we were just out on my porch in my apartment, and my mom didn't say a word to me the whole time when I was like. They knew I was moving the next day, but didn't say anything to me. Wouldn't even look at me, and my dad was just kind of like trying to come to terms with it verbally, but I wasn't saying anything because I was like, I don't know what you're trying to work out here, but I don't like know what you want me to say. Like, I know you disapprove. I just want to know if you still love me.
Yeah.
But I didn't ask that directly. But the one thing that my mom said before they walked out the door was just like, I hope you're happy in your endeavors. And then just left. And it broke my heart, truly. Ooh. So.
But she must have been in some immense pain.
Absolutely.
Probably felt a bit of guilt.
I'm sorry. She actually literally looks like she broke into Candace Owens' closet, the dressing room. You know, I mean, they've fired Candace now, and she wasn't allowed to take her wardrobe, clearly, and this one is sitting here wearing it. It's like, it's freaky. I mean, it's like the Candace Owens Brooks Brothers edition, but she still kept the porn shoes on. I guess Candace's shoes were too big. I mean, what are we looking at here? And this girl has like fire engine red hair. Oh, these optics are just too good to be true.
Probably felt a bit of guilt. Oh.
Sorry.
It's all right. It's a very dreadful thing all around. And of course, they probably felt a bit of guilt because they are thinking of, their own actions, and it kind of leads to this. And so what do you say? Can I get you a tissue?
Yeah.
Can I get you a tissue? I'm sorry. I cannot feel sorry for this girl, okay? I cannot feel sorry for this girl because obviously she just said her siblings and her father and mother. So that means she comes from a family, a nuclear family, right? The nuclear family. She's got a father and a mother who are extremely upset with her for this, which means that she was probably raised right, okay? There's no excuse for this. I mean, are you a crack baby? Are you a foster child that's been, abused and thrown from home to home? Did you grow up in the streets in a tent city of California? Huh? Watching your mom do God knows what for your next meal? No, you didn't. You grew up with a mother and a father and siblings who happen to be very, very disturbed with the choices that you made. So I cannot feel sorry for her. I am sorry. Now, if she has, again, I am making a disclaimer here. If she has actually found God and reverted to Christianity, God bless her. I am more than happy for her. but I am absolutely not going to make excuses for her choices, okay? She has no excuses. And Michael Knowles should be ashamed of himself for acting like Captain Save-A-Ho. And before I continue on, he does this on every podcast. Every time I've seen him on the whatever podcast, I'm like, here we go, simping again. I mean, it's like, what is this, like Simp City over here at the Daily Wire? It's nuts.
Thank you. I think the biggest thing is that I've never really dove into that feeling. Yeah. Never talked about this because, again, it was just something I was like, I can't even deal with this. I can't think about it. Yep. It is hurtful to think that your parents actually do have like a line drawn in the sand to what they will accept and not accept, and will they actually like.
I mean, it is like really just unfathomable to think that my parents would like draw an actual line in the sand just over me doing corn. I mean, is it really that big of a deal, Michael, for my father or my siblings to see me having sex with 3 or 4 people on the internet? I mean, I made $1 million. I took them to Cracker Barrel. I mean, what more do they want? I'm just like, but I found God. Okay. But I do still keep the hair just because it reminds me of how brilliant I am. Because at the end of the day, Michael, I am a genius. I mean, who else could make that kind of money? We're talking $85,000 a week to have sex on the intranet. And I don't mean intranet, I mean internet. I mean, really? Is she really, I mean, this girl needs to go, she needs to go to Endeavor and get her contract. Like now. Maybe Disney, maybe they'll do a Disney corn movie with her, because this girl literally looks like the Little Mermaid, okay? I'm just waiting for her to like come out and go, remember that movie, that old movie, that girl with long hair? I don't know. She was like, maybe she was doing that on OnlyFans. That's why she's a millionaire.
Will they actually like love you past a certain point? And I guess that answer was kind of no.
Do you think it was no, though, or do you think they were just kind of...
I kind of think that because I went 3 years without speaking to my mom. Like, there was absolutely no communication, and except for she did send me a letter, like an email, that was just saying that I had drifted far from God and that this wasn't his purpose for my life. And I was like, okay, thanks, appreciate that. Like, that's great. I was very hurt by that because it just didn't feel real. I didn't feel like she was being real with me. I felt like she was judging me. And I don't deal well with judgment. I'm a very rebellious person when it comes up to judgment. Like, that's just kind of who I am sometimes, which I'm not saying is right. But I really came at it like, I don't care what you say.
You're like, that's what you're going to say to me? After all, that's what you're going to say to me?
Well, I'm already on this.
Here he goes again. And is this girl insane? Is this girl nuts? She doesn't do well with judgment. I don't do well with judgment. I don't do well with judgment. I mean, so what? I'm a corn star. I mean, really, Mom? You're not going to talk to me just because I had sex on camera with other men? Who cares? I made millions of dollars. What have you done? What have you done with your life? Okay. You can't even afford the Cracker Barrel meal that I bought you. Okay. So be appreciative. Delusion. Absolute, utter delusion.
Why not just keep going? And that point in my life, I remember that was when I was like, I have nothing else to lose, you know?
We have the slowest tissue service in the world.
It's okay.
Here we are.
Wow, I appreciate you so much.
We can just keep rolling.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, not at all.
I mean, she's still got her porn star eyelashes too. I mean... Like, I just really don't believe her. She needs more people. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You're sitting here. First of all, hold on a second. Let me just think about this for a second. If you were her, right, and you literally felt disgusted by what you did, and you found God, you found Jesus, right? What are you doing sitting here on the Daily Wire with Michael Knowles talking. I'll tell you what she's doing. She's trying to profit. She's trying to get fame. She's trying to get more clicks because that's the only reason. Why aren't you in church having this conversation with your priest or whatever you are, or your deacon? You understand what I'm saying? Or your pastor. Why are you sitting here talking to Michael Knowles? Who is he? He's just some Tradcon that went to Yale. I mean, really? Come on. Hello?
I'm so sorry.
No, not at
I'm
all.
so sorry.
So you have this heartbreaking moment with your parents, and then you move the next day.
For good.
Did it hit you, the significance of that at the, you know?
Absolutely. I was very hurt, but didn't know how to like express my anything. I had no emotions to express with that. I remember standing in my shower, just like letting the hot water go over me and just staring at the floor. I wasn't crying, I felt nothing. And I was just like, okay, like, let's move on now. Like, let's go. Because if I let this, I always felt that like emotions could weaken you. Like in that, I really did. I don't know why. I can't explain why I felt that.
Well, you'd have to, I mean, I always felt emotions could weaken me too. Because there's, you know, I mean, you have to really just put emotions aside, Michael, when you are going to be a porn star. Because, you know, when you're doing that on camera and you know that your mother, your father, you know, all the people you grew up with are watching you, you can't really have emotion. And, you know, like I said, when I do something, I go hard. Okay. That's how I made millions of dollars doing this. And basically, you know, I am so brilliant that what I'm doing here is actually even more brilliant. I shouldn't really be saying this, but actually, Michael, I'm here because I knew that you would give me redemption. And my next move is to be a Tradcon Christian. And of course, now I needed you to help propel that narrative so that now I can continue to maximize and profit off of that. I've got a book coming out. I've got how to not be an OnlyFans corn star, what corn does to you, why you shouldn't eat it and ingest it, but also how to maximize and make money if you are going to be one. I can't, you know, I have to let girls know how to actually do it because let's face it, I am the 1%. You actually believe this? You actually believe this? Message me in the chat if you actually believe this so we can have a talk.
But I needed to be strong for myself. And I knew that I needed to continue going on.
Do you think there's anything your parents could have said that would have gotten you not to do it?
Absolutely. I said that in my last interview as well. Like if you could go back and if someone could have said something to you, would you have changed your mind? And the answer is 1,000,000% because I know how I react to love, to true love. Like I feel the genuinity in it. I feel
that's close
that.
enough, I think. Yeah.
Yes, I feel like if somebody, I don't know who, but a friend or a boyfriend or my parents or one of my siblings could have sat me down and didn't say anything elaborate, but just, hey, like, this is not it. Like, expressed the warning in this, like, warned me in any manner, because I didn't know anyone in the field.
I didn't know anyone in the field, Michael. And let me just say, if a boyfriend, if a friend, if my mother, my father, if they just sat me down and literally were like, this is not the way to go, young lady, I would have done it, you know? Absolutely. I could have been saved, but no one chose to save me. And, you know, it's like, I'm out on an island here, Michael. Okay, so what did you expect me to do? And like I said, when I do something, I do it all the way. I go hard, okay? I mean, now this girl, are you getting this? Is actually blaming her parents for not stopping her from doing this. This is a hardcore street broad right here. Okay, you're looking at a hardcore street broad. She was always going to be a corn star because that's what she wanted to do. Nobody was going to stop her. You get it? Come on now. Come on.
In this, like, warned me in any manner, because I didn't know anyone in the field. Nobody. And only yet. I'd only just kind of had people around me that were in my previous life, and that was it. But I didn't have any friends, like no friends at all. I was just kind of working every single day, and that was it, in my little apartment with my dog. Like, that was it. So I wasn't really like in the outside world. I was just kind of in all the time.
Just you and a computer, basically.
That's it. And my iPhone, like, that was it. And like, I had sets kind of set up around my home to do like different cosplay shoots and stuff, but that was it. Like, my home wasn't even look like a home.
There you go. There's the Disney character. There you go. That's why her hair is still red, because she's still doing it in disguise. Okay. I mean, that's how it started. Just me in my home, just me in my little apartment with my dog. And, you know, my dog was like, "Hey, take your clothes off. You might want to make my and her dog told her telepathically to take off her clothes. And Michael, I was like, oh my God, I'm in this little apartment. I have no friends. I know no one. And my dog told me to take my clothes off and make money on OnlyFans. And I did. And look, and now we're here. And now I'm a Tradcon and you are redeeming me. How amazing. How amazing. Oh my God. I mean, like, I can replace Candace Owens because that's why I came here. We'll see. Let's keep it moving.
Shoots and stuff, but that was it. Like, my home wasn't even look like a home. It was like a big studio. So if someone would have said like, "Hey, you are worth so much more than this," or I was really struggling with insecurity at the time and thought that was like why I needed the attention, and the attention did feel good. And for people out there wanting to be like, "Oh, she just wanted attention," you're absolutely right. I wanted attention. Whatever that attention looked like, I didn't care, because I just needed to feel something, you know? And I feel like—
Okay, you're struggling with insecurity, go see a counselor. Go talk to, you know, a rabbi, a priest, okay? Go talk to somebody. How many people do you know that are struggling with insecurity, right? I mean, let's think about it. Even, you know, girls that, you know, have babies and then they're a little bit insecure about, you know, what their body went through and stuff, right? Do they, you know what? Let me just get in shape and then start doing OnlyFans corn. Let me become a corn star to deal with my insecurity. Can you imagine? Can you imagine what this chick is saying? She's literally blaming everyone but herself for the decisions that she made. And Michael Knowles is sitting here acquiescing to every single thing. This is why the Daily Wire is so toxic, because they don't hold women accountable for their actions. Like this one. All right.
And I feel like I craved that so much, was just being able to feel something. And that's definitely
She felt something, all right.
wrong way to go about it, but I did it and I can't take it back. But there was a lot of crucial moments in my life, like in all that world, that broke me and continued breaking me.
So what's the progression?
So after that significant thing happened with my parents, I started, and it was only with my partner. And I do want to clarify something, not that it matters, but I get frustrated at the people on the internet saying like, "Oh, you have so many bodies." In the 5 years that I was on OnlyFans, I literally slept with 3 people. And
okay. I literally slept with only 3 people in the 5 years that I was doing corn on OnlyFans. Yes, the whole world saw me, millions of people, because I did make millions of dollars. I mean, I started off making $85,000 a month. I mean, is this girl absolutely out of her damn mind? What are we looking at here? She is actually making an excuse for doing corn on the internet as if it wasn't so bad because she only had 3 partners. Okay? This is like the virgin that takes her clothes off on OnlyFans and reads the Bible every Sunday. We are in an absolute alternate universe. I am convinced of it, okay? Next, we're going to hear that Moses came down from a burning bush and told her to do it too, while her dog was like, I mean, what are we talking about here? This is nuts.
With 3 people, and 2 of those were my partners. Like I was in relationship with them for over a year. So,
Michael, I was in a relationship with these partners for over a year. So that makes it really like so much different from anybody else that takes their clothes off and literally has raw dog on camera live for people on OnlyFans. because, I was just doing my boyfriend. I mean, what is Adam 22 her father? I mean, what are we talking about here? You get what I'm saying? Oh, Adam 22. Oh, well, I manage my wife and I do the porn with her, so that's okay. Oh, yeah. And you know what? When I have other men come in for those sessions to sleep with my wife, I audition them myself. And then I also have sex with them too. So that's why it makes it all right. Because we're a nuclear family. And my daughter, oh, well, she can do whatever she wants. We're doing this because she, so that she doesn't have to struggle. So we can have hundreds of millions of dollars and sign people like this idiot under us. Do you understand the rationale? This is called values clarification. That's what this is called. It's called values clarification. Oh, I killed my mom. Johnny, you killed your father? Yes, miss. Yes, Matt, teacher John, I killed my father. Well, why? Why did you kill your father? That killing is wrong, Johnny. Well, I killed my father because he hit my mom. Oh, Johnny, did you feel good about killing your father? Yes. Well, then that's okay, Johnny. That's values clarification, okay? That's values clarification. There's no difference from that. That's what they're teaching in the schools, okay? It's just like saying, oh, well, if this person has a $10 million house, Johnny, they should have to share that with you too. You don't have to work. You don't have to do anything for it, Johnny, because in this country, we should share the wealth. Get it? This is absolutely insane.
Oh, because two of them did only. So it was like a part of our relationship that we just did only together and sold it.
You racked up a lower body count than probably the average American undergraduate.
Oh my God. Michael Knowles, is he absolutely out of his mind? Shame on you, Daily Wire. He actually just said you racked up a lower body count than half that. Is he nuts? He's actually making her feel better about doing porn because she has a lower body count than half the other prostitutes running around on OnlyFans. And she's like, yes, Michael. Now can I get in Candace's seat? Am I going to get her desk job? I mean, I dress the part. I look the part. I'm saying all the right things. I'm here to replace Candace. This girl's evil. Evil. Okay? Evil.
You racked up a lower body count than probably the average American undergraduate in that period of time.
That's what I'm saying. So I was never about like sleeping around, but my image online needed to be that so that other people so the people that buy my content are what? Men. Men, if they think that they have a chance with me, they'll buy my content because they just want to speak to me, right? So I'm really good at marketing myself in that manner to think that they could potentially have a chance with me. I never marketed that I had a boyfriend. It was just people I was sleeping with. And that's how I would market my OnlyFans in the messages. It was like, oh, I met this guy at the bar. It's my boyfriend. Right. I met this guy at the mall. It's my boyfriend. But most of the time they wouldn't show their faces, so you really couldn't tell.
Oh, they wouldn't show their faces. So we really don't know if it was actually her boyfriend's, do we? There's really no proof of that. Oh, but Michael, it's like me sitting here. I'm now a Christian and, I have to sit across from you to validate that. And you're doing it for me. And thank you so much because I have a whole other plan because I'm literally a genius at marketing, which is how I made millions of dollars. Now, I'll give her that. She is a genius, but she's also a liar and she's deceptive. So you're deceiving everybody that's paying you to see this thing, this fantasy, whatever it is. Who knows what the heck is. I mean, this world is so disgusting. And what's even more grotesque is that she's fine with sitting across from Michael Knowles on television, discussing it. How sick can you be?
So I'm a genius at marketing that way. I really was. I knew what men wanted.
At this point now, it's no longer just you're taking pictures and basically selling lust or enticing lust. And that's how there's now this layer of deceit because you're lying.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But
I'm selling a fantasy.
But are you justifying this to yourself? Is it sort of like, well, I'm an actress and I'm playing a role? Or are you not justifying it at all and you think, who cares? I'm just doing whatever. And
I think a little bit of both. I didn't think about it that much at the time. I just knew I was in a world of fantasy. You're not even touching me anyway. You know what I'm saying? And it's a fantasy,
Yeah.
right? The man is experiencing a fantasy with the girl that he's watching on screen.
Yeah.
You know? So I was like, I'm a storyteller.
Huh.
That's how I kind of looked at it.
So who's this boyfriend, though? This boyfriend?
Now she's a storyteller. Oh my God. I mean, what are you, Dr. Seuss now? Oh yeah, you're going to write children's books now. I'm a storyteller. I write children's books and I teach them about sex education. Oh yes. I mean, I'm a storyteller. I'm teaching a story. I'm telling a story. I mean, Michael, so that's okay. I mean, this girl is literally delusional. Okay. Think about what she's done already. She is the most manipulative, devious devil I have ever seen, actually. Because think about this. First of all, anybody that can make that kind of money on OnlyFans, already something's not right, okay? Because you got to do a lot of things to get to that point, okay? You're not just throwing up some pictures and having an occasional, whatever on camera, okay? You're talking about hardcore work, okay? Hardcore work. It's like YouTube. There are people that are here, and then there are people at the top. One thing about Pearl, you got to give it to her. That woman's work ethic is ridiculous, okay? You're not going to get there unless you got what? Would she have 20,000 videos? That's nuts. And she had to delete 10,000 of them. Can you imagine even deleting 10,000 videos? Insane. This woman, okay, has gotten everything she came there to get so far. She's gotten redemption from Michael Knowles. She's been able to blame her parents, and Michael Knowles allowed that. I mean, think about this. This woman is literally sitting here acting crazy or shocked that her parents disowned her for doing porn on the internet. I mean, honey, if you're looking for real redemption, all right, I mean, you got two normal parents. I mean, she would have been better off, heading down to the Strip looking for, adopting a crack mother, who needs money so that she can say, oh, honey, I'm so proud of you. Your last OnlyFans podcast looked amazing, honey. I can't wait to go to the crack den and show all my friends. Oh, honey, before you go, can I get $500? Because, Mommy decided I'm going to go to nursing school and I need the deposit because you know what? No better way than going to nursing school so I can cure myself whenever I need to, and I can actually get medicines for you when you got that scratchy itch that, the things that you caught for, that maybe you caught, I could actually help the family and you wouldn't have to give me so much money. So can I just have 500 more before I go back? Okay? Really? You believe this? Hey, let me know how your crack mother works out.
Huh.
That's how I kind of looked at it.
So who's this boyfriend, though? This boyfriend, he had his own
only. Yes.
Men have only.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They don't do half as well, or even a quarter of well as women do, because women don't buy, men buy.
But that means what? I'll make 20 grand a month? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's not worth it.
With the amount of people on OnlyFans, I think you would have a good shot, honestly.
So he had his own.
Michael, I mean, with the amount of people on OnlyFans, I think you'd have a good shot. You know what? Let's talk later. I mean, you're Michael Knowles. Can you imagine the money we can make? I mean, my head is actually spinning, Michael. You on OnlyFans? I mean, that's what I'm saying. My boyfriend was also on OnlyFans. So this was like a business. I mean, I literally modeled all of this after Adam 22. I mean, he is literally like an idol to me. I mean, not anymore because I'm a Christian. Where's my Bible? Let me get into the people. Look at her body language. Does this look like somebody that is literally sad and disturbed and disgusted for their actions? And look at him. He's like, well, how much money could I make? Should I get my wife on there? Let me, because Daily Wire's not really paying me that much. I mean, I haven't renegotiated my contract. And she's like, yeah, Michael. Yeah. Oh my God. This looks like a girl who feels sorry for her actions. Look at the body language on her. They're talking about her boyfriend on OnlyFans too. And look at this. This is her body language. I mean, really? Look at this. Oh, let me just twist my hair. And look at him. He's like, oh, isn't she cute? I mean, she does look like the Little Mermaid. Literally. I mean, we are literally looking at the Little Mermaid over here. I mean, this is absolutely Wait a minute. She is literally the Little Mermaid. Hold on. Isn't it neat? Oh, isn't this cool? OnlyFans put me on Michael Knowles' stool. Now I'm a Tradcon wife, and Korn gave me everything. No more cam girl, no more deviant world. The red light is off. Oh, Mom, you were right. Now you can see I finally can be a Tradcon girl. She's auditioning for Disney right after this, by the way. They have an office in Nashville, just so you know.
So he had his own thing, and that's got to be just for gay guys.
Yep.
There's no way
it's
it's
just
women.
called gay baiting.
Yeah.
And it was a very disturbing thing that I had to witness for sure.
Wow. So
gay baiting. So her boyfriend was on OnlyFans doing gay porn for other men while in a relationship with her? Her boyfriend. No words.
So you're dating this guy who is doing gay or gay adjacent stuff and he's your boyfriend and he's your secret boyfriend because he's also your scene partner.
Yes.
And did you have this sense? I don't purport to know how female psychology or even desire work, but do you have the sense of like, this guy ain't Prince Charming. This guy ain't the man of my
absolutely.
dreams.
I knew I was not going to marry that man.
Okay.
I just thought it was like more of a work relationship. It was like, cool, we both do the same thing. That's great.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't care. And again, I had this crazy feeling inside that I would probably never get married because of like what I did. And I was like, you know, if I have to accept that, I just need to accept that. I did not by any means think that that was going to be my husband or anything. Like, I knew it was a short-lived relationship.
Had you wanted to get married as a kid or a young?
Yeah,
you did.
absolutely.
Most girls, they dream of their wedding day.
I did for sure.
And then, but at some point though, you start pursuing this thing because it's going to lead you to your other goals and it's going to make you rich and famous. But then you end up, I guess this is how a Faustian bargain works, the thing that you were aiming at, you end up losing.
Yeah.
So you say, okay, well, to have this life, which includes getting married, I got to do, and then, but actually the going to preclude me from getting married, but.
Look at Michael Knowles literally writing the script for her. Literally writing the script for her right in front of our eyes. Can you believe this? He's actually giving her a script. She must, you know what? I wonder if the Daily Wire signed her. She just may be replacing Candace Owens. Seriously. This is the strangest conversation I have ever heard in my life. How is he supposed to be this super Christian, all about marriage and family and God and all of this stuff? And he has made every excuse known to man as to why she made the choices that she made. Blaming everybody but herself at this point. And making millions of dollars to boot. I mean, this is absolutely disgusting. This is almost as bad as Millennial Millie on the whatever podcast, sitting across from the Crucible, arguing feminist points when she's supposed to be a Tradcon. This is where we're at, okay? Everything's all jumbled and confused because all of these podcasts allow women to infiltrate their space. Why is he even speaking to this whore? She's a prostitute. Okay? And she'll be Mary Magdalene next, too, taking him home, washing his feet.
You end up losing.
Yeah.
So you say, okay, well, to have this life, which includes getting married, I got to do, and then, but actually the going to preclude me from getting married, but, oh, well, never mind. At least I'm still doing.
At least I'm still doing, in my mind, it wasn't, I'm doing, it was like, at least I can be financially independent. Like, I was like, I made so much more money than my partner at the time. So much more money.
I would imagine.
And so in my head, it was just hard to see like a man who would be able to accept that. like a woman making more money and being the complete breadwinner. Like I could come into your life and spoil the F out of you, just like everything, you know, could give you whatever you wanted. And that
I'd love a Patek Philippe watch should be good.
You.
Maybe like some kind of a nice
Michael Knowles is sitting here asking her for a Patek Philippe watch. Which is like $100,000 and up, by the way. This is what he's doing, having conversations with her about watches for $100,000. What is he giving her a hint, you know, as to what gift he's supposed to? Look at him and look at her. She's laughing about it. This is somebody that was crying like 10 minutes ago. Really? I'm gonna go with no. I mean, and then she's sitting here talking about independent woman. So you're an independent woman. I'm an independent woman, Michael. I mean, I'll send you the Patek. I'll send you the watch. You know, I mean, she doesn't want to be controlled. She doesn't want to be controlled. Okay, so you did exactly what you wanted to do. You wanted to be a prostitute and a porn star, and that's what you did. She's nothing but a dominant, rebellious Jezebel. Okay, that's what she is.
You know,
I heard you like the Kiehl's lip balm.
That's probably the most expensive thing I have around
so
here.
expensive.
Those things are like $1,000 a tin. Yeah. So, right. So you're saying it's not even just I want to be financially independent compared to my family growing up, say. You're saying even compared to this guy I'm dating, this guy's a schlub. He's poor.
Absolutely.
To me. And I'm so.
I had very little respect for him. Very little.
Fair enough.
Right. Well, you're gay baiting. I thought that was really gross, honestly.
That's weird,
but he didn't do that the whole relationship. He had just started that almost by the end of our relationship. I was so against it. I didn't know how to feel about it. I was like,
how homophobic
ew.
of you. Very homophobic.
Yes, of course, obviously. It was very hard to deal with for the short amount of time that I did deal with it, but I really didn't understand it.
Why?
She's sitting here with the audacity to talk about she had no respect for her boyfriend at the time because he was on OnlyFans gay baiting and that she makes so much more money than him and that it was like so disturbing to her. And then Michael Knowles is sitting here asking, how homophobic are you? Is this, whoa, excuse me, is there like tinfoil on my head? Where am I? Where am I? This is freaking sane.
I did deal with it, but I really didn't understand it.
But why, again, I don't purport to understand female psychology. Why was it so important to be financially independent? Like, why not just, you know, you're obviously a charming, smart, good-looking girl. Why not just like go marry a rich hunk? And
you know, I was told that by people, including my dad. Like, you could be a trophy wife. I was like, ew. Do we literally have a Gucci bag flung in front of my face and be like, ew.
Yeah.
No, I'm a very independent person at heart, and I never wanted to be controlled. I have a very hard time being controlled. Like, I feel like a bird. I want to fly, you know? And I was like, I will not absolutely do that. But so many people that I've met in my life were trophy wives or little like sugar babies. I was so
sugar baby. Yeah, I've heard about that on the whatever.
I could never. Oh my gosh, never. I feel like I would overtake that man in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'd be like, nope. But
I guess.
Okay. Her father told her that she could be a trophy wife. And she was like, oh no, I'm not going to be controlled. Oh no, I'm going to go be a porn star instead. Your father gave you advice. Your mother gave you advice. And you still went and did porn. You are still an OnlyFans prostitute. And one of those partners of yours is gay baiting gay men on OnlyFans, doing porn as well, with you and without you. And God knows what else. And look at the faces on her again. You feel sorry for her? You believe her? You believe she found Christ? I don't. Because this is not how you act, okay, when you feel bad about the choices that you made. Nobody, first of all, that felt bad about being a porn star would even show up on a podcast with millions of followers to discuss it. Okay, this is not like she's, you know, because think about this, guys, and I promise you I'll let this is her boasting and bragging about how amazing she is, what a great genius marketer she is. You know, she was making millions of dollars and blah, 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 blah. That's what this is.
But I guess sure, you don't want to be just a trophy wife or something like that. But I guess in modernity, it seems like those are the two options that people think they have. You can either be totally independent, I am woman, hear me roar, I'm going to go make all the money, or you can just be, the Stepford wife or something. But like in a healthy marriage, there is a mutual dependence. So, meaning at this time in your life, you think, well, I don't want to be dependent on a man, particularly this schlub that I'm dating. So, but did you not have a sense that you could have a good marriage?
At the time, absolutely not. I was just so, again, numb. I was just like, this is what I did. I need to accept there's consequences to your actions.
Sure.
I need to accept the consequences to these actions. And I had no idea I was going to get radically saved by Christ. So in that form in my life, in that period of time, I was like, you know what? I need to potentially understand that I could definitely be single for the rest of my life. And that was it was a hard pill to swallow.
So that saddened you to come to that realization.
Absolutely.
Look, again, okay, if she actually was radically saved by Christ, like she claims, I'm happy for her, for real. But unfortunately, I don't believe it, okay? Her behavior really expresses something to the antithesis of that. It seems like she may be using a narrative to create a new space for her in the world of YouTube, OnlyFans, TikTok, Instagram, and any other place that you can profit. That's what it seems like.
So that saddened you to come to that realization.
Absolutely. I was like, man, maybe I should have thought about this a little more, And again, I've had people in the industry who are still in the industry get married, but I didn't want that. I wanted to be out of the industry to get married. I did not want my husband to have to accept that.
Yeah.
Accept me, but not that. Like, I didn't want to be married and be on Only.
Why was money so, I like having money. It's nice.
Yeah.
But.
I'm sorry. What is it with all of these porn stars and prostitutes that, just think that, I'm just going to, do prostitution and then just wake up one day and be like, hey, I'm not a prostitute anymore. I'm saved by Jesus and I'm going to go find a husband. Let me go find a Tradcon husband. How does that work? I don't know anybody, even in a distant acquaintance, okay, who would ever marry a former prostitute. I just don't. Especially a porn star. Clearly, I'm wrong.
Why was money so, I like having money. It's nice.
Yeah.
And when I grew up, we didn't have a lot of money.
Me neither.
And I have more money now, certainly. And it's great. But practically speaking, I still wear pretty much the same clothes. Maybe my sweaters are a little nicer. And I still eat pretty much the same food. Yeah. Shaggy dog once a year. And, I don't know, I still drink pretty much the same drinks and smoke pretty much the same cigars. And practically, I guess there's a number on a screen that is larger, but practically it doesn't, at a certain point, it really doesn't affect your life that much.
I understand.
Certainly,
it really doesn't. And I came to that point, that conclusion that, I was making millions and I didn't feel any different. I could...
This is a very serious conversation between two very unserious people, okay? She was making millions. I was making millions. I've got millions and millions of dollars from getting naked on TikTok. That's all. You want corn movies? I've got thousands. But who cares? Look at me. I'm a Tradcon girl. I want to be on the Daily Wire, replacing Candace Owens. That's why I'm here. I'm wearing her clothes and I'm actually sitting in her seat. No more Cam Girl or Deviant World. No red lights. Oh, Mom, you were right. Now you can see I finally can be a Tradcon girl. Our camera's on? Oh, okay, good. Oh my God. Are we done yet? Can I get out of here? No, like my faux husband is waiting. Like, I can't stay here forever. Get my limo, please, now, okay? I'm not waiting any longer. That's the real her. Oh my God. Oh wait, I'm still on camera. Oh, Michael. I mean, this is Little Mermaid here. Disney's calling.
And I didn't feel any different. Yeah. I could buy anything that I wanted, and I still felt the exact same. And that feeling that I was feeling was empty. You know, all that numbness was emptiness, like complete and total emptiness, and unaware of that for sure. But loneliness, emptiness, not feeling fulfilled. You know, I was like a creator and I was like, oh, I'm being creative, but that's such a lie. Like, that's not creative to spread your legs. It's not.
Right.
It's not.
Well, she said one honest thing. Not creative to spread. She got one bout of truth in this whole thing. It's not creative to spread your legs. Exactly. Okay, she's right about that because anybody can do it. Okay? That's why prostitution just takes no skill. Anyone can do it, literally.
Not creative to spread your legs. It's not.
Right.
It's not at all.
It's not even procreative.
Not at all.
Contraception.
Absolutely not. And I went through this really crazy time where, you know, this was very recently, where if we're ending my only career, I was feeling that more and more on a day-to-day basis. And I had met my current husband now on TikTok.
So,
current husband. She has a husband that she met on TikTok. Now this is getting good.
So that's is that news?
Yes, that's good news. Yes, it's very, very new news. I have a husband. I got married.
Marvelous.
So yeah.
And when did that happen?
This last Sunday. Yeah.
So we're filming this on what day is it? Wednesday?
Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah.
So and have you made a public announcement about this?
Nope.
So am I like the 15th person to find this out or something?
You're like the 7th person to find this.
Oh my God, you're like the 7th person? No one knows. I got married on Sunday. It's Wednesday. I got married because you booked me on Wednesday, so I figured, what better news? What better way to go viral than for me to sit here and say a former porn star got married? Yeah. In the church by a priest. Yes. Can you imagine? This girl is married. I'm eating my own words right now. So there are apparently people that do marry porn stars. Look at how giddy she is. And she came on the Daily Wire to do it. Isn't this neat? Isn't this cool? One day I'll be Candace's fool. Now you can see I'm a part of the Tradcon world. This is unbelievable.
Right. Wow.
Not even my parents.
Look at Michael. All right. Wow. Wow. Yes. 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 Michael. This is Michael. Okay. Little kids are looking at you do this. Yay! A porn star got married. Wow. You go get him, girl.
Right. Wow.
Not even my parents know.
That's great. Well, one does not congratulate a woman on getting married because even though popularly people do it, but it's sort of offensive because you're basically saying, oh, what, some man picked you? So really one says, best wishes. This is marvelous. One congratulates the man who I haven't met yet, presumably somewhere.
You will, for sure.
That's marvelous. And this was Easter Sunday.
This was Easter Sunday, Resurrection Day. What better day to get married? But
this woman got married on Easter Sunday. I can't believe that. And Michael Knowles is like, you got married on Easter Sunday. What better day to get married? Resurrection Day. Yeah, because Jesus came. There was only 7 people there, 7 of the apostles, not including us. Jesus, Moses, and the burning bush, my dog. I mean, it was amazing, Michael. Oh my God, it was so amazing. Yeah. Now, which way is Candace's dressing room? Wait, where's her desk? I just want to sit in it for a minute. I just want to say, where is Ben here? Because I've got my audition. I've got my thing. Hello, welcome to the Candace Owens Show. Oh, welcome to the NOLA Show. Former porn star turned prostitute. On today's episode, we are going to talk about why you can too be a Tradcon wife, even if you were an OnlyFans porn star. And Michael Knowles is so amazing. And we have a show coming out together, reading the Bible on Sundays. I got married on Resurrection Day. This girl got married on Resurrection Day. You're telling me that this stuff isn't premeditated? This woman is a psychopath. She is a sociopath. She's a former corn star that got married on Easter Sunday. No one sees anything wrong here? Are you kidding me? Oh my God. And her parents don't even know about it. All right. Yeah, she's telling them through the Daily Wire. Are you kidding me? This is such garbage.
Offensive, because you're basically saying, oh, what, some man picked you? So really one says, best wishes. This is marvelous. One congratulates the man, who I haven't met yet, presumably somewhere.
You will, for sure.
That's marvelous. So, and this was Easter Sunday.
This was Easter Sunday, Resurrection Day. What better day to get married? But we were ready. We were so ready. We knew months ago, like, we wanted to get married to each other. That saying truly stands, where when you know, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I could not be more sure. Like, absolutely not. And this man was the one who introduced me to Christ again. You know, I have this past with Christ where, like, I was a pastor's kid, but I never truly had a relationship with God. I was just a pastor's kid under, like, some umbrella. And that's not a relationship at all. That's like religion umbrella. So for me,
I just want to make sure you caught that. She is a pastor's child. Her father is a pastor. This takes this conversation to a whole new level. She's the child of a pastor who was a porn star on OnlyFans, made millions of dollars, and then decided to get married on Easter Sunday and announce it to the world on the Daily Wire. And you're telling me this is not premeditated?
Oh, for me, he was the one who started speaking to me and praying over me. We were just friends, like nothing romantic at all.
How'd you meet?
We met on TikTok, actually. It was crazy.
Is that the first good thing that's ever come out of TikTok?
Absolutely.
Might be the only.
1,000,000%. But it started as such an amazing friendship. And he lived in Virginia. I lived in California. We didn't like touch or meet for months. We only spoke on FaceTime almost every single day, all day long. Like, we got to know each other without any physical touch, which is like my love language. So that was crazy for me.
Right. But
right. Like, you have to understand, Michael, it's my love language that we met on TikTok, okay? And he did not touch me. I mean, I took my clothes off and everything, but only through FaceTime. I didn't do it on my OnlyFans. And we knew that we were going to marry each other. I mean, I did this for months. I simply took my clothes off through FaceTime, okay? And like I said, we met on TikTok.
Crazy for me. Right.
But how does one meet on TikTok?
Okay, this was crazy. So he does like live battling on TikTok, and I was just swiping one night, and he's prior Air Force, and he had this like battle helmet on and like a bulletproof like vest on. It was amazing. And so he was in his like live room wearing that, and I was just so curious. I was like, why does this guy look like he's about to go into battle?
Wait.
And
you're telling me you marry this like Giga Chad Air Force like military guy, but he's also a total nerd who's like playing video games?
Yes. I'm so lucky. I swear, not even lucky. I'm blessed.
With your
yes, so blessed. But we met because I found him so funny on live. I was like, who is this guy? Because every time he got a big gift, he'd like throw his chair. I just loved his character. I was like, what? I have to get to know this guy. So we were just talking, nothing sexual at all, which was odd for me because of my past. And I had been single then for about almost 2 years.
Oh my God. And now we are writing a book together. And I told you I'm an artist. And, you know, I mean, this girl is like insane. When's the book deal? Where's the Netflix, special? Where's the reality show? I mean, this girl's sitting here, you know, it's like, who are you, Steve Spermuleberg now? I mean, she's so talented. She's such a great marketer. I mean, she's going to make a virtual ET, you know, the OnlyFans version. I mean, this is insane. Her father's a pastor, and she had the nerve, the audacity to get married to some man she met on TikTok on Easter Sunday.
I had taken a huge break from dating anyone. I was just like, I'm done. I'm so done. Because of how my last relationship ended with the
With the
gay
performer,
baiter.
the gay performer.
Yeah, the schmut.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we just started talking, and it was a couple months before we met. We met in Nashville for the first time this week. We decided to meet. Yeah, so it was so special. And again, he was not sexual with me in the least bit. He would barely hug me, and I loved that. It was something about that just like I was like, wow, like I was enthralled by it. I was so happy and thankful, but I got to love him in such a different way. And it was like being best friends first. And he even said it, he was like, you're my best friend. I don't talk to anyone this much. I don't get along with anyone like this.
You're my best friend. I don't talk to anyone this much. I don't get along with anyone like that. Now, can we just discuss my allowance? How much am I going to be able to spend per week? Because, I really love guns and different things. I'm from the military. And I was like, oh my God, honey, you can have as much money as you want. If we, lose the money, I'll just go back on OnlyFans. No one will know. I'll just become a different Disney character. I'll forget about the Little Mermaid altogether. Don't worry about it. You're going to have anything you want. I just really needed a Tradcon husband. And besides the book deal and everything I'm negotiating now, we're going to be richer than ever.
And again, we're both kind of nerds. We both played Call of Duty together, while we were on FaceTime. And so it was the best.
I've never played Call of Duty.
Really?
Never.
Here we go with the video games with these bimbos.
We're both big gamers.
Wow, that's cool. That's really cool. And then you meet up here.
Wow, that's cool. That's really cool. And you meet up here, and Michael knows everything about a prostitute to Michael is really cool. That's swell, young lady. Yay. Yay, you got a husband. Yay. Unbelievable.
And hit the honky tonks or something.
We stayed in 2 separate rooms. We didn't want to do anything.
So were you, at this point, you were off only?
A prostitute, but they're staying in 2 separate rooms. No comment.
So you're still on?
I was still on.
You're still on it, but you're prudish about the sharing a hotel room with your boyfriend?
Oh, we weren't boyfriend and girlfriend. The first time we met, we were just friends. He had not asked me to be his girlfriend yet. So, which is, again, why I was very thankful.
This is really charming to me in a way, but you're coming at this point in your life, you're a pornographic actress. Mm-hmm. You kind of have some worldly wisdom at this point.
Okay.
But you're saying he didn't ask me to go steady yet. He didn't pin me on his varsity jacket, so we weren't tech. But a boy and a girl meet up in the middle of the country. Probably it's not just to go get a milkshake. They probably like each other, and
we do. We really found out then, the first time meeting in person.
Yeah.
Okay, there's some feelings. I'm not saying there wasn't any feelings.
Yeah.
But.
Okay, so it wasn't just because there's something very charming about this idea that on the one hand, you've been kind of.
My God, there's something very charming about, a prostitute that does corn who found a husband while you were still a prostitute doing corn, who prayed over you, and you got married on Easter Sunday. I mean, there's just something very charming about this, this girl is brilliant, okay? This girl is brilliant. She's like a mastermind scriptwriter. Okay, somebody needs to give her a Writers Guild award. For real. She needs a job in Hollywood for sure. Okay, she didn't even have to do any of this corn stuff. This girl's imagination is nuts.
Kind of damaged by this awful career. But then you also have this kind of innocence to, does he like me? He likes me not.
That's exactly how I felt. And it was because of the way he treated me was so respectful. We were not.
Michael Knowles is sitting here telling her about how she has an innocence to her. She is a prostitute corn star on OnlyFans. There is an innocence to her? Wow.
We were not in a relationship. And again, I hadn't been in a relationship for almost 2 years. And I was, if I were to get into another relationship, I knew that it needed to be different.
But then rewinding, you say 2 years, I was not in a relationship because I had this weirdo pimp/gay
something
performer boyfriend.
Oh, now he's a pimp. See what Michael Knowles is doing? He's writing the script for her again. She never said anything about him being a pimp. Michael Knowles is trying to push her, and she's this girl must be getting a job on Daily Wire. She's got to be getting a job on Daily Wire. How much do you want to bet? How much you want to bet?
And so at that point you say, well, why wouldn't you say, instead of saying, I don't want to date another guy, why wouldn't you say, well, I just want to date a better guy?
Oh, that was probably part of it. But at the time, I was just so done. I was like, I really need a break. Whatever this break looks like, however long this break is, I'll respect it.
Did something happen? I mean, you mentioned all these steps.
It's just the relationship ended in such a weird and bad manner. Like, we were so toxic. And so it was just like, ugh, it was such an ick. Like, I was like, I really need to be alone for a while. So, and I wanted to grow, and I'm okay being alone. I really am. So, again, I'm an independent woman.
Oh, I'm an independent woman. Oh, you definitely are an independent woman. That's for darn sure. Oh, but, my relationship was so ick. Oh, it was so ick. Is this what she's going to do on the Daily Wire? Oh, Brett, yeah. My relationship with the other porn star was so ick. Oh. I mean...
So I can do anything. So,
But you mentioned, you say, things kept getting worse and worse, and there were these traumas and traumas that broke me down and built me up.
Yeah.
I assumed the breakup was one of those.
Oh, absolutely it was.
Okay.
'Cause it was a very toxic, year and a half with him. Very, very toxic. Like, he was much older than I was, in his 30s, and I was 23.
Here we go with the excuses. Now it's this boyfriend's fault. He was older. I was only 23. It was toxic. That's why I got on camera and took my clothes off, even though I had done it before him, because this was not the first time. I mean, do you see the blame game here? This girl is literally the most deceiving, deviant devil I've ever seen.
23, 24.
And she does it all with a smile and a laugh. Oh my, it was so toxic.
So I was just like, he brought in a lot of different kind of life experience that I wasn't prone to or used to or didn't know anything about. And it was very perverted. So it's just
How do you mean, other than he's...
Sexually perverted, and just the way he treated people was very weird, and I didn't understand it, because I treat people very well. I think I really do, because I have a
Even at that time,
heart.
did you?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. I don't treat anyone with disrespect. I really don't. I don't feel the need to.
She doesn't treat anyone with disrespect. She really doesn't. She doesn't feel the need to, because she's a corn star with a heart of gold. Absolutely. She took her parents to OnlyFans. She's going to send a Patek Philippe watch to Michael, and hopefully, buy her way into the Daily Wire seat of Candace Owens. She has a heart of gold. She found Jesus. Mm-hmm.
But he just introduced me into a lot of weird things. And yes, so it was a very toxic relationship.
So to what do you ascribe this weirdo's perversions? Is it just brain?
Yes, absolutely.
Just that, okay.
Oh yeah. He had admitted from multiple times that he had been watching from such a young age and never stopped. And just was I guess curious or whatever. And at the time in my brain, I didn't see that as a red flag until the end, for sure. But it's such a big red flag. His disassociation from what love and sex, it actually is not correct at all. So
I find that awfully interesting. She's sitting here talking about a red flag because her partner, who also was a corn star with her, used to watch porn from a very young age. But you are literally a corn star. You want to talk about red flags here, young miss? Unbelievable.
But that probably, you say he saw at a young age. Isn't the median age of exposure
7?
10 or
yeah,
probably
so
7
young.
or 8? Yeah.
Absolutely it is. And
so that's true for 90+% of American men, maybe more.
Yeah.
So the problem you're describing is not just with this particular weirdo, but it's probably ubiquitous.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I don't know what percentage of men that I've met that were that intense on that.
So was he was a full-on, he just
full-on crazy.
Watch a ton of, not just performing it, but watch it.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. Even down to say, when he even told me, when we were intimate, that he was thinking of other women. And I'm speechless still. I have nothing to say to that. That's...
She's so insane that, she's probably already got him, I'm talking about her ex, in some kind of contract. She's probably already producing his reality show, his movie. Get it? She's like a spawn of the Kardashians. You know, only Kris Kardashian could literally negotiate her daughter's corn movie. Okay, that's what you're looking at. This is scary. She's a psychopath.
Say to that, that's delusional.
Well, not just, it's very disrespectful, certainly to say it.
Oh, for sure.
And very disordered to do it. But also it truly then just turns you into like a
piece of meat.
Like a piece of meat, like
I'm not special.
Like a sex doll.
Yeah, I'm not special at all.
Like he could put a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when he told me that was very near the end of our relationship, but it stuck in my head so hardcore. I was like, so this whole time, I have not been anything much to you. Understood. Like, I get it. So.
What did she think she was? He's talking about it's like a sex doll. She is a sex doll. A real life one. I mean, is he nuts? Is she nuts? They're both nuts.
Yeah, that was.
Ugh.
Yeah, icky. Very icky.
Very icky, to put it diplomatically.
But, yeah.
That's just awful. So, okay, so you give him the boot, mercifully, and then that's it? I mean, is that the moment where you say, all right, I got to start getting out of this thing? Or
I
no,
got out
more?
of. I stopped doing actively. Like, because at that point I had made so much content, I was just like, I don't even care. Like.
So just passive income.
Just passive income, truly. I really started slowing down on things a little bit. I really needed some clarity after that relationship. And I traveled a lot. I went to Europe for the first time by myself. It is a waste of time. And then the things that you're introduced to into porn, even if you don't go into like mainstream or anything like signing with companies or whatever, which I never did.
You never did that?
Never did.
Well, why would she sign with a company? She's got millions and millions of dollars managing and negotiating for herself. I mean, she's literally a genius. She's right about that. I mean, that you have to be a genius marketer to make millions of dollars on a website that's actually a Ponzi scheme that most people make zero on. Okay? Know that for sure.
My thought process was I want to be exclusive. You know, again, I'd only had 3 partners in 5 years. So
again, Michael, I only had 3 partners in 5 years. Okay, 3 partners. So that makes it okay. You know, that makes it fine for me to come in here and like take Candace's job and, you know, preach Jesus and read the Bible to other young girls who may be considering being porn stars. Okay, I could really help it. Now, how much are we talking? Yeah.
I was like, I don't care if I'm offered a lot of money. I'm already making great money. And I don't want to be out there like that. Even though I'm on the internet in that terrible fashion, I didn't want to be signed and then that stuff be used even if I didn't want it to be used.
Right.
Only was like my full control. Like.
But surely, whatever videos and pictures you made,
it's still leaked. Some of it.
They're still circulating, right? It's not like you can actually. Yeah.
There were people who I came to who were. I was like, I'm quitting. I'm going to be quitting. Only like. Friends of mine who are like, that's not logical. You're not even producing content on it, but you're making money. It's not logical.
Yeah, it's free money.
That's exactly what I heard.
Yeah,
so when I compare logic, that was their logic.
But theirs is the logic of the free lunch. You know, well, there's no such thing as a free lunch.
Well, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Wow, neat, neato. Oh my gosh, we're so happy for you. Welcome to the Daily Wire. Now, let me just take you around and let me just show you. Down here is Candace's old room, and now we've got your name on the outside. It says Nala. You know, are you still going with that? I mean, this is absolutely nuts. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in crazy times. We are in crazy times, and the Little Mermaid is now living in a Tradcon world. I'm Debrava. See you next time.